on deck 15 at the very front of the ship. Down there is where the medical evacuation took place that we saw at the beginning of the cruise. Here on deck 15 is the sports court, the basketball court, and I think they occasionally do a few other things in there. And we'll walk down the starboard side. There's a corridor on each side of the ship. Now there's one further deck up here. It's called the Solstice deck, but it is really just a bunch of lounge chairs up there. There is nothing else. So far this cruise, it hasn't even been used. I think the wind has had something to do with that. So you can see we're ported today at CoCo Cay. This is right here on deck 15, one of 3 designated smoking sections on the ship. And here is the mast bar. And as you can see, on the Celebrity Reflection, there are plenty of lounge chairs. Now, deck 15 also overlooks deck 14's main pool deck. So from up here, you can kind of get a real good sense of what you have down on deck 14. A couple of pools, a couple of hot tubs, lots of lounge chairs. Maybe these little teepee things that have a bed in between them. On the other side of deck 15 is the mast grill, which is where you'll get your hamburgers, your hot dogs. They're already starting to prepare the food for today. Around the corner, there's an ice cream machine here that basically runs free all day long. And you also have an ice machine and a machine with water, iced tea, lemonade, and some fruit juices. That corridor takes you back to the front of the ship where we came from. And you can see next to us is the Icon of the Seas. It's a slightly bigger ship than we are. Head to the back of deck 15. Look at that thing. My God. Largest cruise ship in the world. Again, plenty of lounge chairs. We have not had a day yet, even a sea day, where we couldn't come out and find open seats. One big plus for Celebrity. But now we're coming up on the lawn area. And there's also a specialty restaurant back here. So this is officially called the Lawn Club. You have these little cabanas that you can rent. This is where their Movies Under the Stars happens. But they don't really provide you any chairs. You have to bring a towel or just more or less sit down on the ground. further heading towards the back of deck 15. We're on the port side right now. You can see they have like a little lawn area here that they do lawn bowling, bocce ball. This is also the second of the third designated smoking area. And at the very back of the ship, you come up to the Sunset Bar. Lots of seating. Great views off the back of the ship. This is a great place to be on during sailaways and just general cruising because you have such a wonderful view. As you can see, again, we're at CoCo Cay for our perfect day. From the back of the ship in the Sunset Bar, we're going to head over to the starboard side of deck 15. Make our way back towards where we started. And over here, there's another lawn area which they've kind of cut out with a couple of golf holes. And you can do putting, and they do have competitions here. But there's also seats here. You can just sit back and relax and enjoy the view. And then we're back around to the lawn club here. Walking back towards the front of the ship, on deck 15, there is a specialty restaurant called The Porch. It's kind of an indoor-outdoor type of restaurant. You still get the outdoor feel, but you're covered from the wind. Then we're heading back to where we started, towards the front of the ship and the main pool area. We are on deck 14 in the very back of the ship. And all you have back here is a big seating area, which is really overflow seating for the buffet, which we're going to walk into now from the back entrance. This is entering the Ocean View Cafe, which is your buffet on Celebrity Reflection. They do have plenty of seating in this buffet. As I mentioned, with the lounge chairs outside, even during the heaviest periods, we've never come in here and not been able to find a seat. Get into the main buffet areas, you'll see that there's multiple stations, multiple counters. Right at the moment, a lot of it is closed off as they are transitioning from breakfast to a lunch. But you get the idea that it is pretty sizable, and you have lots of stations with foods to choose from. Now we're going to be walking into the completely covered and climate-controlled pool on deck 14. This is a wonderful area if you want to get away from the heat, because it stays nice and cool in here, or if you want to get away from the wind or just be in a quiet atmosphere. This is a really nice place to be. Even if you were taking a cruise in colder weather, this would be a good sanctuary to come into to get out of the cold and get a little bit of warmth, and still be able to lounge chair it and Get into a hot tub on each side. I should mention that the solarium pool is for 16 and older. So kids younger than that are not allowed in here. They also have their own little spa cafe, which is only open certain times during the day, but it's going to have more healthy food and snacks. It's not for big meals. On the front of deck 14 is the Sky Observation Lounge. This is where they have a lot of musical entertainment. They do all the trivia back here. You have floor-to-ceiling windows. Lots of comfortable seating. Nice wraparound bar. On deck 12 forward, we have the fitness center. They've got some private rooms for classes. A pretty good sized fitness center here. Lots of machines. Free weights. Looks like it goes around the corner a ways because we are on the front of the ship, so you get a great view of everything that's going on out there. On the opposite side of the deck 12 from the fitness center is the spa. Now, I'm not going to go in there and look around, but you get the idea. They probably do have a nice spa here, because everything on this ship so far has been really nice. We've arrived at our cabin. It's number 1530 on the 11th deck of the Celebrity Reflection. What's interesting about this cabin is the door opens outward and not inward like most cabins do, or hotel rooms. As you can see, it is an inside cabin. Fairly spacious. You have your bathroom with a glass shower, drawers and shelves for storage, a full-length mirror. Here is the closet, big enough for 2 pieces of luggage. Lots of hangers for clothing. You have a nice couch here. Gives you a little bit more sitting room. The bed back here, it's a good sized bed, but it is one with the rounded edges. The cabinet here with a nice tabletop. In here is a safe. In here is a fridge, which looks like they've pre-stocked for us. You've got a couple of drawers. And then you have a small desk and tabletop here with a chair. So the TV will also tilt out to point to the bed, so it's easier for you to see. So that's pretty much an inside stateroom here on the Celebrity Reflection. Over here is a closet. You gotta be kidding me. On deck 10, there is also a library for those who love to read and may have forgotten to pack a book with them. You can come in here, grab a book, keep it for the whole cruise. They have drop boxes for you to put the books back when you're done with them. Some nice comfortable seating. You can even go up to the deck above. There's more books and seating up there. On deck 7, there is a nice quiet area called the Hideaway, where you can come in here, have a nice quiet space to lounge, do some work if you had to, read. They also have these little things called bird cages, where you can go up there, one deck up, and sit in there and feel like you're suspended above the air. Have these little pod chairs.
I like that.
On deck 6, you have the eye lounge, which is where you can come in and use the computers to get on the internet. Looks like they have a printer if you need to get something printed out, like your boarding passes. It looks like they have all Apple Macs here. We are on the very back of deck 5, and this is where you'll have some of your specialty restaurants. Over to the left here is cuisine. On the other side is blue. Very back is the Tuscan Grill. This restaurant is interesting because it just has that old steakhouse feel, but you're also right on the back of the ship with floor-to-ceiling windows and a perfect view for when you're eating dinner. Not to mention plenty of seating. Heading forward on deck 5 from the specialty restaurant area, you come into the ensemble lounge. They have an entrance on each side of it, which has very distinctive decorative artwork. And here you have plenty of seating, a nice wraparound bar. You have another specialty restaurant, Murano. They also have a little musical setup for entertainment in the evening. Just a nice, comfortable place to come have a drink or wait for your reservation to your restaurant. Over here is also Michael's Club, which is a members-only club for suite guests and upper-level members of celebrities. Club, I guess, for the how many cruises you've done. And here's the other entrance to the Ensemble Lounge, which I was mentioning with the artwork. Heading further forward here, and the midship area, you come into Cafe Al Baccio and Gelateria. So they have gelato and other goodies. Another comfortable place for everyone to just hang out, enjoy their cruise. On the other side is Sushi on 5, which is another specialty restaurant. You can see we have an overlook to the couple of decks below from up here, down to deck 4, and then also down to the main area on deck 3. And then over here is where you would get your specialty coffees and some drinks. And then the big case full of goodies all day long. They'll have breakfast types of things in the morning, but then the rest of the day it's all going to be sweets and desserts. We're going to keep going forward on deck 5. And you have another bar here called the World Class Bar. Nice wraparound bar, plenty of seating, high top tables, low tables. And you also have the beginning of some of the shopping that is on Celebrity Reflection. Great variety of things. Jewelry, watches, clothing. Because we're in port, they're not open. Also down in this area is where you kind of start to get into the art gallery. See, it spans both sides of the deck, the art gallery. And there is your photo gallery, where everything is computerized now, so if any photos were taken to you by a ship member, you would go there to pay for them and get a download of it. Okay, and getting to the very front of the ship, you have the Reflection Theater. It's currently closed at the moment for rehearsals, so we'll try to get back when it opens up and do a quick scan. We are on deck 4 at the front of the ship. And we're going to head in towards midship and back. But first off, we're going to stop off here at Celebrity Central. which is a nice little area I don't think they utilize as much as they should. But it's like it's their own theater. Now they will show movies in here. They will have a comedian in here occasionally, sometimes music. Right outside of Celebrity Central is the entertainment court. Now this is where they do a lot of the game shows. Yes, no game show, other things like that. They will set up in here. They will put a whole lot more chairs around and have the entertainment going here. And as that is happening, the bar is open. So you don't have to go too far to get a drink. Down here they have the Future Cruise Center. As we continue our walk towards the back of the ship, here is the second floor of shops and art. Here is the marketplace, where you're going to find all of your branded merchandise, other small things that you may need, some toiletries, some sundries. And over here is the casino. They have a decently sized casino bar. Lots of table games, lots of video games. If you want to come and test the fates, okay, here we have the Martini Bar, which is obviously currently not open, but this will become a frozen bar in the evening. So you can put your drink down on the bar and it will never get warm. Lots of comfortable seating. As we keep on moving, you hit the Opus dining room, which is one of the two main dining rooms, this being the larger of the two. It's a couple floors. You can see they have plenty of tables. Large tables, tables for two. So however big your party is, they can definitely accommodate. On the opposite side of deck 4, they have the Cellar Masters, which is a wine bar. Has that old world feel, the way it's designed. They do have a couple of big screen TVs in here, so they can show major sporting events if they choose to, but it's mainly for grabbing a glass of wine, sitting back and relaxing. We are on deck 3, coming into the Grand Foyer. So you can see the middle of the ship goes from all the way up. The glass elevators on each side. And this is where a lot of the nighttime entertainment happens. They have contests, they have bands. This is where a lot goes on. And you can see there's things on each side. One side we have the guest relations desk. Lots of seating on both sides. They have a nice bar over here. And over this direction you have your shore excursions desk. And back that way is a main dining room. And this is the floor where most of the people are getting on during embarkation. And in that direction, they're all staterooms. So deck 3 is pretty much just this middle area, midship, and not much more on either end.
Here's our cooler with our bucket of beer. 6 for 35 total with tip.
Somewhere.
Woohoo!